Hi guys, that's us back in Future Fitness for another training video. Hopefully this one goes better than the last one, which I think was the leg day. I can't believe that's that long ago, because that was, God, I don't know, that's 9 weeks ago or something now, the hip tear. We'll start on that note. Hip feels really good. Leg training, I've been able to push a lot more the past, coming off that qualifier. I think the hip being a little bit better, motivation being a bit higher, obviously, because I wanted the regional out of the way, because the goal is obviously the Arnold Classic. I just had to obviously do that show to get there. But training's flying just now. The leg DOMs are absolutely fucking horrific. To that point where people will know, like, you just feel like that horrendous drained lead pipe leg feeling, and obviously being this lean as well, it's a bit of a combination, but we get through it. You're looking at about 2 days on top of my usual recover time just now in terms of legs. So, but we've got one more big quad session, one more big hamstring session, and then that's the leg work done, and hopefully give the hip a good rest going into this next off season. Speaking of which, for 2 weeks tomorrow from the Arnold Classic UK, hence the hoodie. Feel really good, best I've ever looked. Energy is okay. It's probably, as I just said, it's more of like I'm at a middle ground with energy. I feel good up until that point, and then I kind of vegetate for the rest of the day. So we're talking about like 3-4 o'clock onward. I'm not really responsive, so that's kind of where we're sitting just now. But the energy's there in the sessions, and that's the key thing there. So I'm dead happy with kind of where we're sitting just now, and obviously being this close to a show, it's very, very real now. So nerves, I'm okay. Like the way I say, I try not to concentrate on anyone apart from myself. I know that's very cliche, but it's true in bodybuilding. It has to be. I can't do anything about anyone else anyway. As long as I'm 100%, that's all that matters. So I wrote out a new game plan after the regional, and I've been following that game plan to a T in terms of my schedule every day. So I wasn't getting lazy with like posing and presentation, but I was definitely rushing it, and I was definitely slacking off a wee bit with stretching, mobility. The biggest change in terms of scheduling has been core work. Doing a lot more abdominal work, 4 sets, as many reps as I can, 5 times a week, including the rest days. Far more vigilant with my stretching on my rest days, wearing a waist trainer while I do meal prep. All these wee things and components that I've put in since the qualifier to try and refine the physique that I brought. The physique which I did bring was my best ever, I'd say, in terms of conditioning. I said to Patrick I'd like to be fuller. He agreed. The hip injury is affecting the way in which the left quad is separating and firing. I'm a bit of a tough time trying to get the detail to come through my leg, which Patrick loves to point out almost on a daily basis. And but other than that, no, there's nothing to complain about. If I were to complain, I'd just be being a little moany cunt, basically. So there's no point in complaining. We're where we need to be. Very happy. Glad to obviously have Craig back in filming, and this should be a big session. I think next week will be the last next week's sessions will be the last full pelt 100%, and then we taper the intensity back in that last week. So this workout might be pretty similar to the one we done, God, how long was that? 17 weeks or something. I think it was 13 weeks out from the qualifier we'd done the last delt session. So there's been some slight changes in exercises, but I think the grand scheme remains the same. But it's always good to kind of just have a look and see what's happening. So again, guys, appreciate the support and all the subscribes and all the daddy faddy, blah, blah, blah. And here we go. So another thing I've been doing after that qualifier is wearing a belt all the time while I train. So again, just really like fixated on getting that waist as small as humanly possible. So every session since we got back, I've been getting the belt like as tight as humanly possible. Be it shoulders, back, legs, everything. I'm definitely seeing a big difference in my waist from just controlling it throughout the session. So yeah, that's why I'm putting a belt on for shoulders. It's also a female belt as well, so I'm kind of proud. I'm kind of proud where I can get the hole. Still trying to hit PBs, even at 2 weeks out. So most lifts now are probably just matching it rep for rep, literally rep for rep most weeks. Occasionally I get a wee burst and it goes up, but I've not noticed anything decline, which is obviously a massive plus. So everything's still running smooth. Just need to still have an aspect of safety, but at the same time, you want to push it, so we'll push it and win.
I'm glad that you made me get all in my DNA. I'm up my cheeks like I'm working for Frito Lay. And bet it bag on myself. I don't do it for my health. Every thread is a champion. Got the title, need a belt. I don't need your money, you can pay me in respect. Once I do it big, what's to follow is a check. I need 100 bags, nothing more, nothing less. And the eyes feel away, cause I'm next, I'm a threat.
Come on. Get it.
I'm a threat.
Get it. Don't get it. Right. Yes.
Well, I start awesome, couldn't decide if y'all wanted to, so I bought them. Don't run trap, but I run up a check. Run, do it real big, gotta one up the next. Point to the sky with the one up, I'm blessed. I'm young, rich,
Keeps in mind, but obviously I'm very snappy, very ranty at the best of times. Chris and I discuss all the time. If I'm able to put more intensity into a rear pec deck 2 weeks out than you can in a hack squat, you need to ask yourself actually how fucking hard you're training. Honestly, I'm so fucking done with watching people train. It's depressing. It's actually depressing, the state of training in most gyms. Yep, still a miserable bastard. Still fucking miserable. It's true though.
This is your battle day.
I know.
Fives and tens.
Yeah. So, as we did in the last shoulder video, we're going to do a cluster again in this. Lowered the weight slightly. Slightly less. I've lowered the weight more, right? I've lowered the weight more to get a better contraction with the cluster, because the clusters were just getting sloppy. So, So, for those who are interested, that was cluster set, 4 sets of 5 reps, 10-second rest. So the emphasis is still to try and get as much energy through the rear delts to start as possible. It's definitely added a new kind of look to my shoulder, prioritising the rear delts. So in the off season, obviously we're always thinking about off season when you're this deep in prep. Is to kind of do a shoulder day with two rear delt variations first and then a press. So that's kind of what I'm planning. 2 weeks time, so. Right, shoulder press. So in the last video, we were doing Smith machine press. I don't know, Chris quite likes that, but I don't know, something about it. It wasn't working for me. It wasn't hitting the delt. It was so we reverted back to the Cybex. Again, off season, we get that stacked 7 plates hopefully. So wait and see. But working with a good 6 plates just now. One, two, head up! Right. Yeah, forward. Yeah, come on, right in. Yeah. Right on. Excellent, let's go. Hey! Yes, mate, come on. Hey! Again. That's right. Okay. Right in. Up! Got you. Got you. Yeah, okay. Dead! Yeah. Go on. Face it. Yep. Come on, mate. Same arm. 2. More down. 22. Come on, then. Another one. Yeah! Yeah, then. Come on. Yeah! Yes. That set there was another set of concentric failure, and then stripped it by 30% for 4-second negatives to failure as well. We're going to the point where wherever it lands, wherever the muscle fails, you're doing the 4-second negative from there, and finish with some partials as well. So, and with the weight, I did 6 plates the first set, and I done technically a back off for the second, because there was no way I was getting anything worthy of 6 plates. So that worked out really well. So.
Welcome to family, man. Let's go. Come on. It's forever.
Oh no, sorry, I'm doing one.
Yeah. You know that this right here forever. allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me J-O-H-E-Z-E-N. Know that we undefeated, y'all are beneath them speakers trying to air a grievance. But his lines are overhead, better check the air for clearance. Quarter tower, this is ours, clear the heat, the air apparent. Really, I've never been better. Legacy, this is forever. All the more times I've been seven, I'm raising the blade, go ahead and measure. Think about time for a toast. Time that we welcome to go. Yo, with the even I think about time that somebody go get him that go. You know I got all that anthem, come back in, what you call that add-on. Got anthems and bands with masters, getting them right like my name was Miranda. I ain't bigger dead than alive, I'm bigger dead than alive. One more time, this is forever, remember the legend, he never go die.
Two sets. Definitely want to be getting into double figures with any kind of sideways work.
Making sure that you know why, because this is forever. There will be no surrender. You know that this right here forever.
Second set. The pause for 15 seconds. Rest pause set. Go until we can't do any, do it again. Go until we can't do any, so on and so forth.
I am leaving a legacy. I am the one that they pay to see. Got something to say to me, say, you know I've been waiting for patiently. This is my legacy. Y'all don't believe it, it waits. Basically, I have been running things. You can just go on and take a seat. Yeah. Love when they hated me, put that on everything. Not on my level, you could be the enemy. This is the plan that we showing them anyway. Hit up the lawyers and give them the idea. This is the brand new. This is the brand new. Nothing you can do, nothing you can't do. And there ain't no thing that you'll be taking from me. Man, that came from nothing made it something. Name is buzzing, call me Ryan Gosling. Hey, gon' know that they gonna love me more when I'm gone or retired. The throne, the kind of things that I'm gonna be feeling like a god. Because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. I'm bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. I'm bigger dead than alive. Dead than alive. I'm bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive.
3, 2, 1.
Really, I never been better. Legacy, this is forever. Really, I never been better. Legacy, this is forever. Really, I never been better. The legacy live on forever. Yo, remember the legend and know that he never surrender because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever.
We do behind the back side raises. I think we've done these in the last video as well, but so just straight in, one working set, one cluster set. Doing post-grip Smith machine. I'm going to be doing it on a flat. Chris does it on an incline to protect his shoulder. I think we put this in about 3 weeks ago. It's always been a nice press for me. Obviously being here, we're a bit spoiled for tricep kit, so kind of just not done it purely out of that fact. But it's good. Back to this. Already seen some decent improvements in terms of triceps themselves. So keeping this in. Eventually, again, off-season goals. Try to get up to 4 plates. We're going to work with 165 today. Well, in bar maths anyway. So.
Up. Come on now. Everyone, come on. Up. 5. I'll keep it. Come on, you got it. You got it. Yeah. Yep. Relax. 1. Here we go. 1. 2. Yes. And again. Up. 2. Up. 2. 1. See it in. Good. 1. 2. 2. 1. 2. 2. Yes.
So we're going to do everyone's favourite, obviously, just seen it, rope push downs or extensions. 1 working set and a cluster set for the second set. So cluster set's going to be 5, 4 sets of 5 with 10 seconds rest.
Oh yeah.
I done 65 for the working set. No. Ah, tits! Fuck. Got the same amount of reps as well, that's not a good sign. Here we go. When you're doing any kind of rest pause, with tricep work or rope work or cable work, keep everything nice and tense. Keep tension. Right. Keep your hands elevated. Just keeps more blood into the. Keeps it pooled in the tricep. 3, 2, 1, 2, right. 1 more. Nice. Good? No. More. There we go.
My spin's off there. Power. Yeah. Come on, Aiden. Right, that's right. You got it. Yes. Lay down. Come on. Yes. Come on, I want to see it. Give me another one. Down. Yeah, all the way down. All you. All you, mate. Another one there. Come on. Again. Down. Yeah, squeeze it in. Come on, man. Yeah. Relax. Sit.
Come on then.
All in. Yeah. One more. One more. Forward. Yeah. Yeah. Done as well. Yeah. Good. Come on. Nice. Yes. Come on. Everyone. Yes. And again. Nothing on that. Go. Yeah, right now. Squeeze out. Come on. Yes. Relax. Ready? One. One. Yeah. Down. Five. One more. Good.
Yeah, relax. Straight. Good. Again. Lighter. Yeah. Lighter. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Okay, so that's delts and triceps concluded for 2 weeks out from the Arnold Classic. It's funny how there's some sessions where honestly, I only live across the road, where I'm actually walking to the gym and I'm like genuinely like nervous. Like I don't get that in the off season. What I think it is, it's just nerves from knowing what I need to do on way less energy. But like I've said to a few clients recently who are quite close to shows, you need to fucking pull it out of the bag. There's just no other excuse for it. You have to. Like, I can replicate my off-season sessions on 0 carbs, on 0 body fat. Like, your body's capable of way more than you think it is. And like, I feel alright today. I feel not too bad. But I'll say, Craig's seen me way worse than this, pulling sessions out of the bag. You've just got to. There is zero excuse being close to a show and thinking, oh, I can pull back a wee bit, I feel like shite, I feel like this, I feel like that, whatever. Like, that is what separates first, second, third, last. You know what I mean? So you've just got to keep pushing while you're in this horrendous depleted state. It's all you can do. I mean, think of it as, for most of us, is the only enjoyment really you get out of the whole day. Like, this is the part we look forward to. So even if you are nervous, anxious about training, just get in. I know it's cliche and it's easier said than done, but just get in, fucking get it done, crack on. And no one ever came out of a session being like, I fucking wish I'd never done that. So look at it that way. See, that was far more efficient than the last training session we filmed, which was the live training session. So yeah, like I said, delighted with how I look, delighted with how my training's going. For 2 weeks, we've got 1 more week of hard training, and then we move into the final week before the Arnold. And yeah, that's all, guys. Thanks again. Subscribe, follow, whatever, social media, blah 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 blah. Cheers.